Well, had a windstorm yesterday. Hi, Rapunzel. And this tree came down right in the pig pen. And it came down literally in the only place it could have fallen without damaging anything. You can see if it had fallen just a little bit this way, it would have hit that pig pen. And if it had fallen just a little bit that way, it would have hit the fence. But instead it fell right exactly here where it hit nothing. And the pigs are real happy about it because it gives them something to play with. It is an enrichment exercise. I had a bad experience a couple weeks back, which is why I haven't been talking much. If you're squeamish, you probably shouldn't listen to this. But Knox had her babies, and she had them up in this shed, and I was catching them and drying them off. It was a little bit chilly out. And well, there were two, and I came in, or three, and then I went in, came out, and there were only two. And then she had a couple more babies, and I dried them off, and they were drinking. She was giving milk real well. You can see she has an amazing udder. She was just like, anytime one of the little babies would suckle, she would just like shoot milk out of all of her nipples. And they were drinking well. And there was one small one that wasn't doing very well at all. But the others were good. And then they were fine that night. They were fine in the morning. And the next night I came out just to give like a before bed check, make sure everyone was good. And Rapunzel's babies, which are the big ones that are kind of running around, they're under this tree. This is Rapunzel. Hi, Rapunzel. We'll talk about you in a minute. Rapunzel's babies over here were drinking from Knox. And I was like worried. I went and looked because I was worried that Rapunzel's babies would drink all the milk and Knox's babies wouldn't have any milk left. You can see they're pretty big, pretty robust. They can definitely fight a day or 2 day old piglet off a nipple if they want to. So they were drinking, and I looked back further towards the back of the house to see if I could find Knox's babies and whether they had had milk yet or not. And Rapunzel was eating Knox's babies alive. Guys, you're almost too fat to do that. Woodshed pigs are like, how come we can't do that? We used to be able to do that. So Rapunzel, she had pretty much eaten all of them. There was like 2 halves left. 1 half was the head half, and it was still alive. And I did one of those quick calculations. Like, how long would it take me to take this baby pig into the house and kill it humanely? I mean, how do you kill something humanely when there's only half of it left? So I thought that I gave it back to Rapunzel because I thought she would kill it faster by eating it, which she did. And I left, and that image of that baby has been haunting me pretty bad for the last couple weeks. So that happened, and then I looked back in my records and I saw that a year ago, Rapunzel had some babies on Christmas Eve, and Knox had her babies 2 days later, and her babies hadn't survived a year ago. And I had been looking at the survival rate on Knox's babies and not thinking they were very good. And I was kind of thinking maybe she should be on the butcher list, but now I'm thinking that it might not have been her fault at all. Might have been Rapunzel's fault here. You can see they're picking apart the spruce cones and eating the seeds out of the spruce cones, which is amazing. Yeah, you're an amazing pig. You know, and the first thought is always like, okay, well, she should go to the butcher. Don't want a pig that's going to eat the other piglets. Second thought was she has some really good instincts. You know, she's had babies up in the field with no cover, no problem. You can see she's the one that's really smart about picking apart these spruce cones. So she's not good in a field situation like this, or a herd situation where everyone runs together. But in a situation where you had just one boar and one sow and no other piglets, or in a situation where you're having babies in separate stalls in a barn, you know, she would be good there. She is awful skinny, like she has 9 babies drinking, and she's been weaning them some, but you know, it's a lot of baby. I've been feeding the babies out there so that they have basically as much food as they want, so that they're not as heavy a drain on Mom, and they're not fighting for food at the troughs here. But yeah, that was hard. Had some sun, hung out with the pigs some to feel better about it, and now cold weather is coming, so I'm giving them some straw. They're happy about that. Tree came down. Life goes on. Hope you all have had a good couple weeks. Hi, baby. I will talk to you next time.